Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very rare video I'm going to be making. I don't really know how to feel about this. If my throat starts to crack a lot, I'm very sorry. My allergies have been very bad in the last couple of weeks. I've been having severe problems with my throat. I've said before. So if my voice starts to crack a bit, please be understanding. Look, we already know what the situation is. If you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title, you know that I'm on here because Chyna's dead. Because of Wednesday, we still don't know what's going on because this is Friday. I may do a follow-up of this, and I probably will, after we find out the reasons of her death. But essentially speaking, Chyna's died. She's not in Japan. She's back in the United States, in California, in her home, supposedly. That means she bought herself a home. And she was, well, either in a home or hotel. That it's kind of conflicting. I don't know which one it is. Was she in a hotel? Was she in a home? I don't really know yet. I found this out last night when I looked at the Lex Man's video saying Chyna died. Now, I couldn't even watch all of it after I found out. I was shocked beyond stink. I could not believe that Chyna was in the United States and she died here. Now, if no one truly knew what happened with Joanne Laurer, around 2011, 2010, I believe, at a certain point, she decided that she had to leave the United States because she wasn't getting anywhere. If anyone's seen the Vince Russo Chyna interview, I'll probably leave a link below with that in my description. I've seen the entire video a while ago, but I remember her talking about how hard it was to get control of her brand because as the ninth wonder of the world, Chyna in the WWE, WWF years, she was known by that. And when she was no longer a part of the company because they fired her due to the fact of whatever situation that was in the back because of her, Stephanie, and and Paul Levesque himself, it was impossible for her to get proper work because she had no control over her character, her brand. So it made it very difficult for the last 8 to 10, at least 10 years or more to be able to do anything with herself. She was so recognized by what she did in wrestling, it made it almost impossible to get any work. So when she went to Vivid, which is a pornographic company, she's done videos like into Chyna with X-Pac, and she done some other videos as well. I believe she did one video as she was looking like the Incredible She-Hulk. I'm not exactly sure. I've never seen that porn video. But essentially, she has been trying to dig out a living while she was going to court against the WWE for something. I don't know if the WWE was taking her to court or she was going to court against them. I believe she was going to court against them. It was almost impossible for her to get anywhere. Now, many people know that when it comes to the business, a lot of people lose themselves in it. As much as we love wrestlers, a lot of times they get damaged because of wrestling. If it's physical, it's going to be mental. And it's a good thing, well, good bet, not a good thing. It's a very good bet that she had severe depression, anxiety. And I myself, who suffers from mild depression, who doesn't really have anxiety but does have problems with sleep deprivation due to insomnia. That's probably brought on by my depression because I have a tendency to basically stay up thinking. I can understand in a certain extent, to a certain extent, my mistake, how she was probably thinking. When you're depressed, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't often talk about, how can I explain this? I don't often talk about myself in the respect of what brought me onto YouTube. I've already said it a long time ago, and sometimes I say that I came on here because of depression. But I don't really talk about how bad depression has been for me over my entire life. I've been through child abuse. I basically have a learning disability of dyslexia, and it affects people in different ways. Mine, not only was my reading bad, but my mental faculties suffered from it. I could be 15 years old and I had the mental faculties of a 9 or 10-year-old due to my dyslexia. I was very innocent when I was very young. So that affected me along top of the child abuse, which gave me depression. I didn't realize I had it. And that has been with me most of my life so far. Well, not most, all of my life. As far as I can tell, I've had bouts of depression, of sadness, to the point of almost taking my own life back in 1998. I never really publicly said this on YouTube, but I almost took my own life. Now, I didn't cut myself or anything, but I almost killed myself. But luckily, by the Great Spirit and my ancestors, I decided not to go through with it. And I'm not going to explain it. This is not about me. But I can understand some of what Chyna was going through, having anxiety, having depression, having problems with sleep deprivation due to insomnia. I understand that to a certain extent. So I understood when she spoke to Vince Russo that at one point, as she was working with Vivid and she was doing what shows she could, well, videos, not shows, and well, actually, she did go to different places to try and promote herself as Chyna. And she was being barred from doing that because she's not allowed to use her brand outside of WWE or her character. She said one day, after something really bad happened with her boyfriend, I'm done, I'm leaving, I'm going to Japan. I'm just going to pack what few things I want to take with me, take what money I have in an account with me, and just go there and just take a chance. And she did that, I think about 5 or 6 years ago. She just left. Now, as far as I knew, she was just coming back and forth to America. And it's a good possibility that, whereas many people have been reporting that she didn't have a house or an apartment, that she just was visiting America in a hotel. Now, as far as I've heard, one report was she was in a hotel and she passed away there. Vince Russo I haven't seen his video yet about what's happened to her. Andre Corbell said that she was in her California house when she died. I don't know what the report is, if she was in a hotel or if she was already in a house that she bought one. The thing that got me so upset that it took a day to really process this is, and I'm botching so bad because I'm really upset right now. I'm sorry. I've lost a lot of people in my life. And in wrestling, it also affects me. When Jerry the King Laurer almost died, it really got me very upset. When it came to Macho Man Randy Savage dying and Roddy Piper dying and the Ultimate Warrior dying, I was upset for days. Now Chyna's dead. And this woman, understand, I'm going to be 45 years old in July. This woman is only a couple of months older than me. So it is incredibly upsetting to know that this woman, who's only a few months older than me, is now passed away. And it is very upsetting. But, sorry. But look, thinking about Chyna, in the respect of what she went through, you can say she was a nutcase. You can say that she was unstable. Yes, but this is a woman that deserved better for what years she put in the wrestling business. And whether she was in a house when she died that she bought herself or in a hotel room, the thing that got me was that she should have never came back to the United States. I wish she had not. Every time she came back to the United States, there's always a controversy for her. And I wanted to see this woman succeed in her life other than going through this situation in wrestling. We know that the WWE is biased to a lot of people. When it came to Roddy Piper for many years, they just dropped his ass and treated him like shit. Bruno Sammartino, they treated him like shit. Pissed his ass off to the point where Paul Levesque himself had to beg him to come back. The Ultimate Warrior. finally got the recognition that he deserved. Did he deserve to be shitted on for certain things he said? Yes. Because he acted stupid. But it happened within a few months before he freaking died. And it could have been straightened out years before. This is what I'm thinking about when it comes to Jolie. I'm sorry, I'm botching here. I'm really upset. Chyna should have been settled years ago. They shouldn't have let this drag out for so many years. They should have settled something with her and gave her the ability to be able to use, to a certain extent, her character and her brand she created. Or at least give her a settlement that she could have used that money and gone and done something with herself. At least she should have been straightened out with them, where she could have easily gone into the Hall of Fame 5 freaking years ago. Now they're probably going to put her into the Hall of Fame next year because of what happened. Are you happy, Paul? Steph, I'm sorry if I'm wrong about how much shit they gave her. I'm fine about eating crow and someone saying, dude, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Paul and Stephanie didn't fuck her as much as you believe. But honestly, I do believe she got fucked over badly. Was she unstable? Yes. Was she depressed? Yes. Could she have talked a lot of shit? Sure she had. But did she deserve the life that she had? No. The WWE had treated her like shit. People know she got treated like shit. She got treated like shit so badly she had to leave the freaking country, go off to another country with no connections for at least 4 to 5 years to try and not drive herself insane to the point of probably killing herself. But then she wanted to have something of her own life. She goes back to the United States, and in the end, she dies. This is freaking stupid. And it hurts. Why did they have to do this to her? And now they're spotlighting her. I've seen WWE.com. I've seen her on there. And if I'm right, I'm leaving an image of her in the corner right now, or down here. I don't know which one I'm going to put it. She deserved better. This woman, Jolie Laurer, the greatest woman wrestler in history. I know Mae Young was great. I know the Fabulous Muda was great. But she made her mark in this wrestling business. The only female to hold a male's title. The only female who got prominent time on any promotion in such a way that made her legendary. Deserved more than to be forced to leave this freaking country because she literally was driven almost insane by 2 people who could not stand the fact that she existed in most cases. I genuinely believe that what Chyna said on Vince Russo's interview was generally telling the truth. I believe that. Not all of it, but generally maybe about 70% of what she said. I do believe Paul would fuck her over just so he would get whatever he wanted. Even if he didn't want to hurt her, he would fuck her over for Steph. And we know Stephanie would fuck anybody to get what she wants. So I hope you both are happy. Are you happy, Steph? You don't have to worry about your daughters ever knowing about the porn shit her husband went through. How about you, Paul? How about you, Triple H? Are you happy? Are you happy now that you don't have to feel guilty that she exists anymore? Oh wait, you will feel guilty because you let this freaking happen. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm upset about this. And I'll probably make another video following up what I learned later. This will probably take a couple of weeks to figure out what's going on. I'm probably wrong about how bad things were. She might have just passed away because of some type of issue physically and not any drug problem. I just hope she passed away in peace and not in agony. But you guys tell me below how you feel. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace.